What's up guys, welcome to another video. I got a comment from James Wall requesting tips to go higher, farther, how to pump a transition, how to do tail whips and no footy can-can. So that's a great comment, thanks man. So in this video I'm gonna be showing you how you can go higher, how you can go further, how to do tail whips, which actually is my favorite trick, and how to do no footy can-can. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so how can you go higher and farther? There's like a combination of factors. I would say that you first have to check your speed. If you want to go further, obviously you have to be going pretty fast. Depending on the ramp you're riding as well, it's gonna vary from jump to jump. Yeah, so in order to go higher and further, it's a great idea to know how to bunny hop. If you don't know how to bunny hop already, I'm gonna show you how you can get started. So take a look. Yeah, so if you want to go about doing bunny hops, the first thing I would suggest is try to first lift the front wheel. Do that a few times, and after that, try to lift the back wheel. You do that by kind of like lifting your feet and kind of like kicking yourself in the butt. After you're feeling pretty comfortable lifting the front wheel and then the back wheel, try to combine them. Try to do them both at the same time. Yeah, when you manage to take both wheels off the ground, yeah, you can. You got the job done. So from now on, all you gotta do is try to, pull the bike higher and higher. Yeah, so that's basically it. Yeah, so the bunny hop is the foundation of all the tricks on BMX bikes. Yeah, so now that we got that out of the way, we can start thinking about going higher and further. You can start training doing flyouts. You can find like a takeoff or something, and then start doing some jumps off it. You can gradually work your way up. You can start really slow, and then you can gradually get more and more speed, so you can go further and higher. Yeah, so that would be like doing a fly out. If you're riding a quarter pipe, it's pretty much the same thing. You want to start like from the bottom, and yeah, just come really slowly, and as you feel more comfortable doing it, you can start getting more speed and go a little bit higher, and yeah. Okay, now the second tip, how to do no footy can-cans. That's a cool trick to do, it's super fun. It's not very difficult to learn. The way I learned it was, so first I started to do just like one-footed. I just started to take one foot off the pedal, and yeah, I got like pretty comfortable doing that. After that, I started to take both feet off the pedals, doing just a no-footed. And then, yeah, after that, I moved on to doing no footy can-can. So that would be my tip for you. If you want to go about that, you can first take one foot off the pedal, and then try to take both feet off the pedal. And then, yeah, when you're pretty comfortable, you can try to do no footy can and kick to the side. Yeah, so that would be my tip. Okay, in part 3 of this tutorial now is how to do tail whips. This is hands down my favorite trick of all time. It took me about a year to learn how to do tail whips. Before I talk about how to do tail whips, I'm going to show you how to set up the bike. In order to set up the bike for a tail whip, I'm going to remove the cranks. I'm going to use this is a piece of old tire. I got a piece of old tire and I cut out a donut shape like that. Okay, so I'm going to place this right here. Okay, this is called a crank stopper. Okay, I'm gonna put that there. Now we have here the spacers and the crank and the screw and the Allen key. So I'm gonna put that on out. At the spacer. Put the screw on. What the crank stopper does is it's going to keep the cranks on the same place when we take our feet off the pedals. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to tighten this screw. Okay, we're going to tighten real well. The more tightened it is, the stiffer it's going to be. Okay, So what I do is I want to be completely sure that my cranks won't spin. So I tighten this as much as I can to a point where it's even hard to pedal. Now it's looking super stiff, see? And then remember to tighten this one as well. Okay, now the bike is set up for doing tail whips and taking your feet off the pedals. And when you do that, the pedals are gonna stay in the same place and you're gonna find them. Okay, now that your bike is set up for doing tail whips and your feet are always gonna stay there for you, I'm gonna show you another hack that I do. I find that tail whips hurt my foot a lot, so check out what I do. Another hack that I do is, because I find that tail whips hurt my foot a lot, I get a pair of socks and I fold them like that. I put it right here. Put the shoe on, and I'm ready to go. So now I'm gonna try to show you how to do tail whips in 3 steps. Okay, so step 1 would be you're gonna start kicking the bike around, so the bike is gonna fall beside you. Yeah, after doing that for quite a while, and yeah, just like the problem with when we get started, the problem is like we're not sure if the bike is coming back around. So yeah, after doing that for a while and you're kind of sure that the bike is coming back to your side, we're gonna move on to step number 2, which is kind of like try to get on top of the bike. So what I did when I was learning was I tried to just lift one leg, so the bike would come back to me and I would get on top of it. Try to lift one leg and see if the bike can come under you. And finally, step number 3 would be catch the pedals again. It took me about a year. Some people take longer, some people take shorter. It kind of comes naturally after doing tail whips for so long, and you know, you're pretty much sure the bike's coming back around. Like sooner or later, at some point, you're gonna put the foot on the pedal. Yeah, I don't know when. It might take a while, as I said, but it just comes naturally. When you finally put the foot on the pedal, yeah, the job is done. You learn tail whips. So from now on, all you gotta do is just repeat, repeat, and repeat until you can do tail whips pretty easily. Just want to mention 4 problems that you may have. Number 1 is always check your speed. Sometimes we can't do tail whips because we're not getting enough speed or because we're going too slow. There's no really like a right formula to keep to. That's gonna vary according to the ramp you're on. But I would say that you don't have to go any faster or slower as you would doing a 360 or an X-up. Number 2, the bike is not coming around. The solution would be try to kick it a little harder. And remember that we only kick it to get it going. What really makes the rotation is how we move our arms. So make sure you move your arms a lot. Problem number 3 is the bike is not leveled up. What happens a lot of the times is like the front will be really high, and the solution would be always bring your bars onto your waistline. This way the bike's gonna be leveled up. Another thing that might happen is your cranks might spin. So yeah, the solution would be always have a crank stopper on your bike to make sure that the pedals are gonna be there for you. Finally, if you're finding that you're getting hurt too much, make sure you take a little break. Take a few days off so you can recharge your batteries and recover. Another thing I want to mention is the use of brakes. When I learned tail whips, I didn't use brakes on my bike. You can use brakes or not. Now that I have brakes on, I find that I know brakes kind of give me a lot more control over the bike. Yeah, so when you're learning your tail whips and you're finally getting on the bike again, like it's not going to be long before you start doing 360 tail whips and doing double tail whips and maybe opposite tail whips. Like doing the first tail whip would be like the longer process. After that, the other tricks come more easily. All right, that's the end of the video now. That was my video on how you can go higher and further, how to do no-footy can-cans, and how to do tail whips. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions or any comments, just drop it down below and I'll get back to you. Also, if you have any requests, I'm happy to put some more tutorials together. I love doing this. Also, I want to invite you to check out my Instagram and my online shop down in the description below. Stay tuned for more videos. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more. I'll see you next time. Take care.